Hey guys, so it's definitely been a while. I'm gonna go ahead and just jump into this video, but I'm really excited, so let's go ahead and begin. Back in my high school days, I didn't know what a primer was, but luckily I did begin to see some videos, and that's when YouTube first started to begin how to start off my base, but I didn't know what to use, so I just use a face lotion. I would see professionals start off with a primer. Luckily, my sister had this and she gave this to me. This is the JERGENS Natural Glow Daily Moisturizer. So if I can remember, doing this exact same technique, I would do a few, so something around that area, and I would rub it in my fingertips. And I remember in hard with this because I was like, okay, I wanna look like the professionals and I wanna feel flawless. So I would really go at it into the skin. So next step is foundation. I'm like, foundation, that's a word that is meant to cover the skin. So I didn't know what professional products were. I didn't know what Sephora was, Ulta, and any beauty store. I just remember seeing foundation, and it does exactly the same thing, and they all do the same thing. And what I did is I went to the store and bought myself the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade Sand, and I did not know how to color match myself, especially looking through the aisle, not having any testers. I was like, okay, I'm gonna hope for the best. I did this in a mirror in the store, and I was like, okay, looks close enough. Fortunately, I used to use foundations in high school that were 3 to 4 shades lighter. I'm not even gonna say anything. So I remember I did use the same technique that I do now, is pumping at least 2 at the back of my hand and dotting this around this face. So I remember beginning here, a little bit to cover up the acne that I had, which I still do here, nose area, upper lip, and jaw. Now brushes, that's a whole different story. I used to use dollar brushes from the dollar store, or I would see dollar brushes in a set online. And I remember receiving this brush. It's still like in healthy quality. Luckily I did wash them. So it's still in good quality, the exact same brush I used to use. Taking the excess off my hand and really going at it and blending really roughly to make sure I look flawless and smooth like the professionals did. I would swipe in the face, trying to cover the most that I could, and if not, I would go back with more foundation and cake it on. I swear, I would cake it on and make sure I covered and concealed everything. Next is concealer, and since YouTube was barely starting, I would see professionals use the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline, and this is the concealer. So I would see that they would do under the eye, just like this. And they would do right here. And so this part where it gets really cringeworthy, I would use the exact same brush to bronze my face, to try to contour and blush and everything. So we're gonna use the same brush, and I'm gonna cringe for everything. So I remember doing circle motions and back and forth windshield wiper motions. I wouldn't blend it too well because it's high school for you, you don't know what you're doing. So I'm going at it, by the way. I'm going pretty rough on my skin, making sure that the harder I blend, the more I'm gonna conceal. Looking back at it, this doesn't look too bad, and I'm kind of impressed. I didn't think I had looked as bad as I did, but my friends will be the judge of that. So from what I can recall, my mom would use a powdered foundation, and I was like, I want to try that too. My sister gave me her powder foundation that she was too light for, and maybe this was too dark for me, this was too light, but this is in the mineral foundation, the shade Latte by Bellapiere Cosmetics. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put a face powder just like my mom and sister, and everything's gonna look flawless. So we'll see how it goes. I don't remember much. So I used to use whatever was on the cap. The exact same foundation, I went in with a liquid and cream. Lord help me. I remember I would staple this on just like my mom would. I would do the forehead. I'm not working too much on this because I know I didn't. I would just staple this on and then move to the next round. While I was at the store buying my liquid foundation, I did see that e.l.f. did have a different product that had a translucent mattifying powder, and I remember at the time I went home before I bought it and googled it, and then like a few weeks later I actually bought it. The thing about this product is I love the finish and I love the way it looks, but it does oxidize. I hope that me by applying a lighter skin shade but also a deeper oxidizing product, that it would even it out. I don't remember much, but my friends again will tell me that. So it would come in this cute little packaging right here, and it would come in this sponge. So I would press this pretty firmly and go set my under eyes first. And I did watch first tutorials on this when the brand first came out and began using videos. I would use it constantly, especially I would bring it to school, and during class I would like sneak to the bathroom, or I would like look under my desk and just powder myself really quick. So this is where the craziness and the fun starts. I would try to contour, and when it was barely coming out, contour was like a huge thing on YouTube and social media. And I remember I would look for contour products, and then I came across on Amazon this contouring palette that doesn't have a brand name or a brand type. All it has is a packaging with a little number, and I guess that's the item number. It's been beaten. I used it a lot. I remember buying it for $10.99, and that was a lot for me during that time. And you can see I went ham on this right here, and sadly it fell, and I have another one somewhere. So again, going with that exact same brush, I'm gonna go ahead and use the darkest color, and I would pack it onto the brush. Yes, pack it on. And I did watch a few videos where to start and where to begin, so I applied right in the middle of the cheek, and I would slide it towards the top of my ear, and I would go back and forth, pretty rough. And if I didn't see results the first time, I would go back, dip some more, and just go at it like this. And I remember dragging it a little bit towards my mouth too, just to give me that skinnier look, high cheekbone. Same again to the other side. I'm starting in the middle of the cheek and working my way pretty roughly. I would also go towards the hairline and just pounce this on. And I would also try to contour my nose. This being said, I would try to elongate it, and that was like one of the worst mistakes I've ever done in makeup. So I would just apply straight, really heavy-handed, and try to get the skinniest nose possible, because of course one of my most self-conscious things is my nose. So I would try to contour the sides out of it, and this would make it even longer, and also I would do the top. You would be able to tell that I had a contour line like this, like that, yeah. So during that time period, I saw that bronzing was also a thing, and so when I saw this, I was like, this looks like a bronzing color, and I also wanted to use this as eyeshadow, and I would use that mainly for everything. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless in the shade 360 Mocha. And so I would want such a fast outcome, so I would dip my brush heavy on this bronzy color right here and go at it. Oh my god, I'm done. What was I thinking? Oh my god. Oh my god, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Until I was so satisfied that I would see the difference. And I was like, this is awesome, I'm flawless, I'm perfect, I feel great. And if I felt like it was too dark, I would go back with translucent powder and go over it. I remember just putting this on, and I was like, okay, I just need a little bit of this, and we're done. And I did not blend it out because I felt like I can see a result into my makeup, and I was like, I feel great, and I'm gonna go out like this. With that same brush, I'm going in with this HP Matchmaker Physicians Formula blush. So I actually received this from my sister, and she didn't want this. Now that I think about it, now I know why, and remember why she didn't want this. Now just dipping into that with that same brush, just going back at it, I would pounce this too. I would see in the videos that they would have such a shadow and it diffuses into that pink, and I love to see that. So I was like, okay, let me do that. Let me add bronzing, contour, and blush heavy-handed to make sure you can actually see it. And believe me, everyone did. My first palette that I have ever bought was the e.l.f. 150 eyeshadow piece palette, and I saw this and I was just in heaven. I saw these colors and I was like, Mom, I want this so bad. And this was about, at the time it was 20 bucks, and this was the most expensive I've seen from e.l.f. and I was like, this is such a professional product. It is expensive and it has all these cool colors and I want this. Please Mom, can I get it? She did buy it for me and I was just so passionate to have it. You can tell that some of these are a little bit more worked into, but that doesn't mean that I knew what I was doing and I look great using these colors. Now for the eyes, I went back into my Instagram history and was looking for a makeup look I did back in the day. So what I did was choose this one. It was the one with the weirdest colors and I was like, this is gonna be fun. So I would use this blue up here and I would apply it towards my under eye. And I would use two brushes for everything. I would use this e.l.f. contour eyeshadow brush and I would apply it right under my eye. And then for that second brush, again, I would use a dollar store cheap makeup brush. I thought this was like the most professional thing I can get out there. And so what I would do is I would use a Fit Me powder in the shade 360 Mocha for my eyeshadow as well as my contour or bronze. And I remember using this, I was like, this is so pretty. I can't believe I can use one thing for two things. And again, this is where I would want to see results the first time. So me packing on product onto the brush, going heavy-handed on the eyeshadow. And I would follow my eye shape and I would apply just one crease color. Try to make it skinny inside the tear duct area and follow straight to the outer corner of my eye. And what I would like to do is I would like to make this into a point because I felt like it would elongate my eye and make me look like a model. And I don't want to blend too much because that would diffuse the color and pigment of it. So I would just windshield wiper motions like a few times, put this in a point, and there you have it. To be honest with you guys, when doing this makeup look, there is certain steps and techniques that I had to force myself not to do, to blend a little bit more, to add a little bit more, to set things, but I was like, no, I have to keep true to what I used in high school and the techniques that I used, stop myself and actually do it. For example, I want to blend so much more right now, but I'm just packing this on like I did. So looking back at this photo, the eye, oh, the brightness is too bright, but so the eye would have this crease color, the blue under, and then I would go in with a white. Don't ask me why, but I just wanted a lighter. So what I did is find a white, apply it towards my e.l.f. brush, use the highlighting for the contour, pack it on. That is how I would pack on my white. Now I'll follow the lid all the way towards the end, and I would pack it on because I don't want to blend and I want to see the most results. There you have it. Eyeshadow is done. 3 colors, no transition, no blending. That's it. And I felt like a rock star. A lot of products I used back in high school is the JORDANA Cosmetics Number Black eyeliner. I remember going in with these eyeliners and I bought so many colors that I would experiment on the eyes and go crazy. A couple of minutes later and you'll look like a prostitute. That's okay, that's what we're going for. So for mascara, I use the Maybelline Instant Volume Mascara. Now for my brows, I didn't focus too much. All I did was grab the mascara wand and run it through my brows. And I just followed that same shape. And my brows were a lot thinner, so I'm just following my natural brow shape. I'm really gonna take the time to make them thinner, but this is what I used to do. Follow that same shape. For the grand finale, I used to use NYX for my lips, and I saw this at Target, and I was like, oh my gosh, those colors are so pretty. And ombreing, at the moment, ombreing your lips was such a big deal, a big thing, and it looked so pretty. And I was like, I want to ombre with anything that I can find, a darker color and a middle color in the middle that's lighter. I'm gonna hate myself, but I ombreed with pinks, with blue eyeshadow, and with white. And you are definitely gonna look like a prostitute. So for the dark colors on the outer corner of my eye, I'm going in with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade. I remember using this shade constantly. What I would do is I watched a few tutorials on this and I would apply it at the outer corner of my lips. not perfect, just applying it. And I would leave that mid lip blank, and I would go in with the NYX matte lipstick in the shade Shy Timid. And this was a pale nude. Oh my god. Now I would rub my lips, and that's how I got the ombre. So there you guys have it. I recreated my high school look back in the day. I don't feel like putting on my contacts, so I'm just gonna leave my eyes like this. There we go. This is exactly how I used to wear it back in high school. So we are finally finished with this look. I wanna thank everybody who requested. This was such a fun video to recreate, and especially a trip down to memory lane. It was pretty difficult not doing the same techniques that I have been doing recently, especially applying the bronzer, blush, and contour so heavy-handed. The mascara with the brows, I haven't done that in so long, especially this outfit again. So I want to give my love and gratitude for everyone that has been supporting me through this journey of mine and up to today. I would not be where I am without you guys, and I would still be looking like this if it wasn't for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.